Okay,
That's
really
loud.
have to stop screaming.
We're sorry about the level.
Okay, hi. Welcome, Third Eye Sailor.
We're in a mood.
In a mood. There's a lot of reasons why we're in a mood. But
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day! I kind of want to go first. Can I go first?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I have a new favorite word.
A new favorite word?
A new favorite word. It's just so fun. Papertarian.
Papertarian?
Like a vegetarian, but paper.
Oh.
Happy Earth Day. We're a couple of papertarians here. We try to be, anyway. Do you get it? Please tell me.
Because we're readers and we
No.
No.
Oh. We try. No. Try again. Paper.
We try to use paper for everything
Yes!
instead of styrofoam
And plastic.
Yeah.
Yes. Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding. So there's a company that started this. I don't know if it was this year for Earth Day or what, but there's some company like pushing for this little movement of the papertarianism.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's literally a paper company. I mean, we've seen, especially here since moving here, we've seen more and more like of those wax. That's not paper, but the wax grocery bags.
Yeah,
That's kind of all.
Those wax bags are weird because it's literally just thicker.
What, it's
plastic.
plastic?
That's literally all it is. It's just
why?
it's just thicker plastic. That's what makes it reusable. And yeah, it's like a waxy-ish, but it's still.
So you can at least reuse them. Okay, it's not our choice. We need bags.
So they're not, so they're not like single-use bags. Like they're not like the super thin like Walmart, Target bags you used to get. They're thicker.
No.
It kind of gets them around that single-use limit because no states have really truly banned like all plastic. That's
what did
their
you
way
just hear? Who banded something like this?
Washington State banded styrofoam.
Yes,
styrofoam. So like
takeout
single-use like styrofoam containers.
That's huge. And I mean in New York,
think a couple.
Wegmans banned. Was it just Wegmans banning those?
What?
The grocery bags?
No, the state.
It was New York State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with the styrofoam. They did the whole styrofoam thing too.
I do remember them doing that.
Remember, because like everything takeout moved to like the boxes.
Yes.
The like papery cardboard whatever boxes.
Kind of. Yeah. Well, the intention's there. If you can't do it with everything, it's definitely worth putting the effort in to try and do it as much as you can. You're not using plastic, obviously, because there's mountains growing in the ocean of plastic. So happy Earth Day. Along with that, I do have some Earth Day facts real quick before we do other things. So Earth Day, did you know any of this? Did you look up anything about Earth Day?
No.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure, so it's not like fake news, not like new news. It is not fake. Wow. Not fake. I read it on the Googles and the Wikipedias, which I guess is questionable.
I mean,
but...
Wikipedia's.
Well, according to the Googs, Earth Day was founded in 1970.
Okay.
And it was founded by a man named Gaylord Nelson, who was a Wisconsin senator. Interesting. Wisconsin. Cheese. Not what I expected, really, Wisconsin. But hey, you guys go you. He served on the Wilderness Society, which don't know what that is. That was in like 1981. And then he won the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He was bestowed that by Bill Clinton in 1995 for environmental contributions that he made. I mean, from Wisconsin. Cool. It's kind of cool. And it's also the largest secular holiday in the world. Earth Day. Yeah. Everyone celebrates it now. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think of another holiday that everybody.
I think that's pretty much. Yeah.
One of the ones I just thought of was Flag Day.
I think that's a U.S. thing.
Yes. That's only because Elena, my sister, only because she knows the date of that holiday. Like, such a weirdo. That was my highlight, Earth Day, and Papertarian, my favorite word now. Low light. Oh yeah. I guess it's not really a low light. We have a positive spin on everything. I can't really get a low light. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to actually have a low light lately. But to other people, this definitely was a low light for other people that I felt. Cloudy during the eclipse. You poor, sad astronomers that traveled all the way across the country with your telescopes to go sit under the stars. And oh well.
But it still went dark. I mean, you still got the effect. Like the total night effect. It's just certain areas you just couldn't see it. Oh well, whoops. Catch it in another, I don't know.
Or how it felt.
18 months.
I felt bad for like 2 seconds, but it was so interesting, talking to, my family still lives in New York, and the roads were like dead. Nobody was really driving around the whole day when there was predicted to be so much commotion, like all over the highways and stuff. And like all these events I heard about that were happening were just like bare.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like no one really went to like the events or anything
really
either?
Did a lot of from who I talked to. I know. Like the Frontier Field, the Red Wings, Rochester Red Wings Stadium, pretty desolate. It sounded like. I could be wrong. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people decided to go to Buffalo.
Oh, I could see it.
Because it was clearer.
And because Buffalo was kind of more in the total path, too, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, because I feel like, I know Rochester was kind of in the path, but I didn't think, like, it was, like, totally, like, you had to go, like, west.
Go west.
Of Rochester to, like, really get the full effect. I could be wrong. I didn't really study the map all that well, but
we didn't really research the eclipse.
We don't care.
He was cooking mac and cheese. I was trying to absorb the moment, but
yeah. I mean, we didn't even notice anything.
No, there wasn't anything.
We didn't get anything.
Darkness or anything. It was cloudy.
We had clouds, but that's typical.
Yeah, there was no real. We wouldn't have even known it was happening. Oh well. Oh, like your turn.
Highlight is more boat stuff and tearing things apart and putting things together and all of the boat yoga that is involved with putting things together.
His muscles will tell you.
Yeah, just had a fun weekend. It was fun.
Besides the wind and the rain.
Yeah.
First weekend that we sleep on the boat.
It's 30 plus mile an hour winds. Granted, it wasn't overnight, which was nice, but...
Okay. We didn't sleep because of the wind.
But, I mean, it picked back up. It wasn't as bad as it was in the afternoon. The afternoon was worse. Before it died down and we went and got pizza.
And then we got caught in the rain.
Because we're impulsive and yeah.
It was really and it brought us back to like the first time, one of the first times that we slept on the boat.
Yeah.
When it was still in Bellingham, because it was it?
It
was in February.
It was the same.
Or was it March technically?
It was March.
March. Okay, so.
But it was still like the same kind of weather. We ended up eating out. It's our tradition, I guess, when we go on the boat. I don't know if it's a just don't care.
Something just flips.
I don't know. Maybe our minds treat it as like a vacation. like that whole, vacation, vacation mentality of like, don't worry about the budget. We'll, sort it out when we get home kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
I think it's just more relaxed too, maybe.
We're just going with it like the tide.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally right there. We can't help it. But that wasn't great, getting caught in the rain for, a half a mile walk.
Yeah.
It was cold.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. I mean,
Even though I was cold, I still kind of enjoyed it. I don't know.
We just, the one sick is warm enough, and that rain makes everything just smell so good. It's just, you can't beat it. I need that smell wrapped up in a bottle or a, hey, Bath and Body Works.
They've tried, but they haven't really mastered that, like, just that rain smell.
No, there isn't. It's all, like, fruity rain.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what it smells like. Go sniff the sidewalk. God. Lolly?
No. Not really. It's hard. Like, it's kind of like you were saying. There isn't really anything to be low about. It's all just more changing stuff, things going on that aren't really a bad negative thing. It's just different.
That kind of leads me into the what is happening. What is happening? After this eclipse, things just started to take off.
Yes.
With our life. Good things. Just lots of changes. And would you want me to say? Do you want you to say?
We should say it at the same time.
What? We didn't rehearse this.
Well.
We're moving.
We're on the boat.
No, we're not. We're going by July 1st. We're going to be living on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gave our notice to our landlord, and
we're doing it.
We're
taking the plunge. It's
terrifying.
Yeah.
Great. A relief, but also scary. We just got to do it.
Lots of very mixed emotions. But we've decided we got to just do it. We keep saying we're not going to do it.
Okay, everybody. We have a brand new sponsor. So excited. Naked Wines. I know them very well. We know them very well. I remember the first time when I was living with my mom still, we got our first box of all the different wines that we picked. And we became the house with all of the wine. We think we had a subscription for a while, and we would have like all of these like little gatherings, like family, friends. We just know we got the wine. It's covered. Just bring the cheese. Like that. We were the place, all gathered in our little kitchen. So with our link, if you use our link, you're going to get $100 voucher. Hell yeah. $100 for your first box. Like, come on, that give me that. With our link, that's what you get. So go for it, guys. Enjoy. You can take a quiz, and it was really cool. I took the quiz, and it matched me with like all of these different wines. Some, like a lot of them I've honestly never even heard of. Like, we love wine over here, Dustin and I, but I've never really heard of a lot of these. There's chocolate wine. Did you know there's chocolate wine? Go for it. All right, use our link and you'll get that voucher. Have fun.
Do it. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna wait. Well, you know what? Fuck waiting.
And like I've been saying these last couple, like, I don't know, a month, we've kind of switched roles where you've taken on a lot more anxiety, which I think used to be mine, and I've taken on this easy going, la la la, everything's gonna be fine, don't worry. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
What are your worries?
I blame the
thoughts?
eclipse. The eclipse initiated a role reversal, I guess.
I think it did.
Yeah, because it was about a month ago.
Well,
Wasn't
and
it
then
beginning
like
of
even
April?
like a month before that, like I just started to see a shift in like our, I don't know, not roles.
Maybe I've just more actually maybe been showing my anxiety.
Is
Maybe I
that
think
what it
it's already,
is?
it's always kind of been there.
Okay, and now you're feeling comfortable enough to share with the class, so
Yeah.
that's good. I'm glad about that.
5 years later, yeah. 6 years later.
Everything's fine. Love
Growth.
lives here.
Growth.
No, it's gonna be great.
No, it is.
I mean, it's just so wild that what was it? 2 weeks literally after the eclipse?
I think.
What day was the eclipse?
I don't even
day of the
remember.
week? I don't.
Wasn't it it was a Monday.
Was it? Oh, it was a Monday.
I don't remember the date though.
It was the 8th.
Was it the 8th? Oh, the 8th, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's just wild how that, and you know, I've been feeling this like, sorry, my mind is going all over the place. So I saw this video where, like, according to astrological signage,
Mm-hmm.
did I show you this? There's, what is it? April? Yeah, I think April is kind of more like the beginning of the year versus January. Did you see that?
No, maybe, but
Well, I just find it
just
interesting.
like like what do you mean?
Like with all the different like zodiac signs and stuff like that. Like, so what is
okay.
it? Is it April that's Aries? Yes. So Aries is technically like the beginning of the year. Isn't that interesting? So like, you know, we're all about fresh starts in January and coming into a new year, but that's like the most depressing months
Yeah.
in the world, January and February.
And also, if you look at it, I guess from a lot of companies' fiscal years actually start like in April, because usually like that first quarter, there's not a lot going on in terms of like budgets and hiring and new stuff starting. It's really like April when stuff really starts kind of picking back up because budgets have been approved, you know, kind of the beginning of the, you know, resolving the end of the year into like that new year kind of stuff, budgety stuff.
But that's so interesting that it's April.
Because it's the second quarter, April, right? January, February.
Yes. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
January. Yes.
Yeah,
April.
January, February, March. April is quarter
We
2.
can count.
April, May, June. July is April. Quarter 3. Yeah. It's been a Monday. My
Is it
brain's
only Monday?
fried. It is. I don't know how, but
So that's my what is happening. It's just been a wild. We keep saying like all this week, so much like just the decision makings of everything, and holy cow, everything seems to be moving so fast, but time seems to be moving slower than we are. Does that make sense?
yeah.
I don't think it does, but
Because it feels like last Monday was weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's only 7 days ago. So.
Major shift. Your turn. What's happening?
Well, I was going to talk about what you already talked about.
Oh.
That's like the big what is happening.
I'd like to give another what is happening then, if you don't actually have one, because
Yeah, no, not really. That's like the biggest thing.
I just wish. I wish people could just communicate a little better, just in the world. We don't have to get into huge detail, but what is happening with the way that information is gathered and spread to who needs it, with as far as rental agreements and landlords go? I just people who have properties, I just want to say this: if you own properties and you have people living in these properties that are not you, treat them well. Give them like privacy and respect of boundaries, and just like let them know whatever the law is, whatever days in advance that they are going to be needing to be on the premises of your personal dwellings. It would just please,
follow all state and city laws and all
for
that
all
kind
the
of stuff.
renters.
And just, I don't know, I guess my way of looking at it is, I don't see why you wouldn't treat your renters like you would treat yourself
Or your
in a way,
friends,
or
or
your
your
friends, or your family. Like, yeah, I get that it's a business transaction, which is fine, but like, be upfront about, I don't know, stuff going on, especially, when you're selling property or whatever's going on with that. Like, it impacts more than just, a landlord. It impacts all the tenants, with that landlord. Like, what all is going on, and maybe not like every minute detail of the selling process, because I get that, like,
by the
it's
way, they're
long and
selling. Our
complex.
landlord is selling the places. That's the
that's we're just,
ranting.
Yeah, just ranting and raving.
But I wanted to go back to what you said about treating them as like they would as family, and maybe that's how she treats her family.
Maybe.
So, there's people out there. Treat those the way you would want to be treated. But
Yeah.
it's so funny when people would actually treat their selves and their family like shit.
Or it's even just the way of, like, putting yourself in your tenant's shoes, almost,
Empathy.
and saying, like, okay, this is going on. If I was in their position, would I want to know this? And if the answer is yes, then you relay that to your tenants.
Yep.
You don't leave them in the dark.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't take the time to ask themselves that question. Like, in any situation ever.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. You could be walking down the street. A simple example. Somebody is catcalling a girl. Like, would that person want that to happen to them? I don't know. Regardless of the answer, I don't know. It's just like, people just don't know how to step into other people's shoes as much as we think they do. I think that's part of it too. We get so stuck in, like, how could they not think about other people like that? But it is really crazy how it doesn't happen for so many people.
Yeah.
And I think it's a...
And
is it a choice?
I mean, yes. I really think it comes down to someone's, just how they are, and just a choice of, I don't know if it's ignorance is bliss kind of a choice, but...
Okay.
And I mean, and I know we're probably, preaching to the choir if people are listening that have gone through similar situations.
In any kind of situation where they're not treated
like that,
the way they should be.
And that there's not even to say, landlords, it's to say bosses at work. It's
bullies online.
It goes...
anything.
So many things just in our society nowadays that maybe weren't talked about because it just wasn't talked about. And now everything is so... just information is so readily available, and you're able to talk with people so fast now compared to even 20 years ago, that maybe it's just, people just haven't caught up to that. Like, hey, I can see pretty much anything that's public record by just typing in some keywords in Google.
Like laws specifically. Yeah.
And not have to just take your word for it. And, so. It's
so funny. I love the people that just think they can, like, lie. Like, I've never quite been able to understand, like, pathological liars.
Me neither.
Especially today. Like, you can't get away with shit anymore. If somebody actually wants to not fuck around and not take someone's shit, they're not going to be able to do it. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just get so like, this isn't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even going to bother with you. You're not worth my time or energy to fucking fire back at you. Like, the world is too hard.
And especially just, in this whole age of, the age of information, which is what we're in, it's so hard to lie. Like, really, like, about most things. Can't really lie about it because someone could just turn around and be like, yeah, right, and they Google it, and then, oh, wait, they're wrong.
Uh-huh. But that's what gets me. Like, people still do it.
Yeah.
This is, like, so weird and lame to talk about. I'm sorry. It's just, like, human psychology to me. If I didn't want to study animals and have anything to do with animals, I would have definitely been into psych. And I get it. Like, I get the reasons behind lying. Like, you're insecure about the truth. You're insecure about yourself. Sure, fine. But God, is it like such a slap to the face to the person you're lying to? Like, they're not smart enough to figure it out. It's just wild. I don't know.
It really is. And it's hard to, like, not dwell a lot on it and be like, well, why are they doing that? Like, what is
it's
the
like
whole...
the psych of it.
the whole reasoning. Like, why are they even going to those lengths? Like, it's just...
It's so easy to get lost in it. But it's not like a sad, like, oh, the world sucks. It's just like
it's just a
like
be
I love,
better
like,
in a way.
Yes, that too. I like to get lost in it and be like, why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? What happened to you as a kid?
It made you the way you are.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
We don't people watch, we people analyze.
Yes, and you get plenty of that just from listening. You don't even have to look at them.
Yeah, no.
Oh man. All right, what else do I have here? Let's
Where are we even at?
see. Time check. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I do have an orca update.
Ooh.
Am I able to have enough time to do it?
Yeah, we're at 25 minutes.
Okay. So, I mean, this isn't like super. It's not super happy, but not everything has to be happy. It's actually quite sad, and I'm gonna try and not cry. So, the little baby orca. Yeah. Her. I think it's a she. Yes. Her name is. I might butcher this. Quasaheus.
Okay.
Which means brave little hunter in that native language of that tribe that lives close to that area on Vancouver Island. So I don't know if anyone's heard about this, but it was about a month ago that her and her mom got stranded in a lagoon on Vancouver Island, and the mom eventually did pass away after a couple of weeks. I think just starved. I mean, it's a small lagoon. There's a very small path to get in and out. I don't know how they did it, but
I think it was tied.
But like that small little pathway.
Well, I saw something about. Sorry, not to like
You're
take
fine.
your orca moment. But I saw something about.
Did you know that only 9% of plastics have ever been recycled? That blows my mind. What have we been doing these last however many years since recycling came about? Only 9% of it. The rest of it ends up in landfills, oceans. Awful. Well, enter C-Bar. So they are dedicated to cleaning up the ocean's trash. They pick up a pound of trash for every order that is made. That's insane. These people are so dedicated to this mission, and that is why we decided to apply for them as a sponsor, and we got it. We're so happy that they're going to be supporting the show. With our code, you get 15% off your first order. They are a company that makes shampoo and conditioner bars, and it's so cute. They come in this, they look like deodorant, and it's like a Destin's sister called it a push pop. So it's literally like a little deodorant, and you can get refills too. So when you run out, you just take that thing out and then you put a new one back in. They have really, really good smelling scents for their bars. When I use the shampoo, it feels like I'm just like getting a essential oil bath on my head. It's so great. And you just smell so refreshingly. And my hair really feels like so soft and just healthy since I've been using it. So with our code Third Eye Sailing, you get 15% off your first order. I hope you guys give it a try. We love this company and we love what they stand for. So on us, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you, C-Bar.
High tide. They came in at high tide, and something about, I don't know if it was during king tide or what it was, but the tide didn't get that high again for them to get back out.
Okay.
And the babies survived because they're smaller, but the mom didn't survive because there wasn't water.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah, she beached and couldn't.
Yeah. So that was like 2 weeks, I think, after being stranded. She died. And so the baby is still alive. They just, I don't know if you saw that, they just made another attempt to rescue her. I think they were trying to lure her out with a seal. Like
And a net.
some meat.
A seal in a net is what I saw.
It was April 12th. Was that Friday? I think that was Friday. They made that other attempt, but it failed. And so
She like escaped the net or whatever.
it's
She,
really
like,
hard
ran
to
away
find
from it.
details. Like
Yeah.
that. But they do have a GoFundMe page going. If you just type in like baby orca stranded on Vancouver Island GoFundMe, it'll come right up. So they do have that. They've got like this whole team along with the tribe working like just with a bunch of people
cool.
like providing food and all this stuff. So they do need help to be able to get her out. And people are like, I saw this video, like people are like playing music, like instruments to try and like get her attention. And there was like a video of her crying. Fucking heartbreaking. So she's there. She did just eat recently. She hadn't eaten. She hadn't eaten in like 27 days.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So they finally got her to eat some seal meat. And so she'll be able to be held for a little while longer.
Yeah, because they have a marine biologist or something or whatever that's been like monitoring her health and her health is okay. I think the problem too is that it's either fresh water or it's not like salty enough salt water. So she's starting to get like a white like patch on her dorsal or something they were saying, which is common for like because something about the salination or something like that. But it's not actually like harmful to her. It's just like she's kind of been getting paler.
Will that go
Like
away? I wonder.
I think they were saying it depends on how long.
Oh.
So like if something about, I think if she's in there too long, it may like stay. Like it may not actually like revert back to like darker colors.
Battle scars.
Yeah. Because I think on the 12th they were trying to get her into a sling.
And they're trying to find her family. So like they have people out like open ocean like trying to track her descendants and her pod. So then they're not just like gonna release her all alone. They're waiting till the family is like close enough. Which god, the timing, like how? Well, no, because they were gonna get her out and then put a net.
Yeah, they're gonna. The plan, at least last I had read, the plan was they were gonna airlift her out of the lagoon, and it's not very far. It's like I think they said maybe it's like 5-10 minute like by air, like if that, just to get her out of the lagoon.
Because it's just too narrow.
Yeah, and then they were gonna set up like an
ocean pen.
Basically, yeah. And then try to either lure her family there or hope that maybe they can hear her.
Yeah. I bet they will.
And come. So yeah.
People are trying, and this is bringing a lot of people back to the Springer situation. Do you remember hearing about that? That was a while ago. Like maybe as old as we are.
Oh, okay.
20-something years ago. So, similar situation where baby Springer got lost, not with a parent either. She was by herself. She got trapped in like a bay or something in this area, Puget Sound. And they eventually, I mean, they made a couple attempts, I think, too, but they eventually found a pod that I don't even think they were looking specifically for her pod, or they found that like her parent or mother I think she died too.
Oh, okay.
But not while she was trapped.
Uh-huh.
But they did eventually find a pod that took her in.
Oh, okay.
And
adopted her.
Yeah. I think it was like an aunt or something.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yes, no, my gosh, it wasn't her pod. It was like a kind of like JK&L. Right? But like it was
okay.
I think it was something like that, where it was like a distant relative.
Where it was like a different like subgroup or whatever. That's cool.
Isn't it? And I think they were in Canada. Like they weren't they were like northern residents, I think. Yes, I think they were the northern residents. So definitely some Springer vibes, but they're really trying, and here's hoping. GoFundMe.
Yeah.
What you got your?
At least like the big thing, I think with that is at least like it's deep enough.
Oh, the lagoon.
Yeah, that she like won't, end up getting beached, and it's also like easy. It sounds like it's like decently like accessible, so they can at least like get her food and stuff, and and then lift her and reacclimate her back to saltwater life.
Yeah. I wonder how salt... that is so interesting. I didn't hear about that with the fins.
Yeah. I'll have to try to find it. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Later.
Sailing?
Yes. Yes.
Well, don't tell me. So, I already have my guess of what she is, and I just am looking at the picture again just to get anything else. Do you have any guesses for what color she is? Or colors again?
I'm gonna say pink and blue. Pink, blue.
Close. I'm gonna say she's purple indigo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, purple indigos, again, indigos. Indigos, keep seeing and learning what I keep learning from just other artists and people that I see like in the spotlight, not including me. I'm not in the spotlight, but I am an indigo. But lots of like very passionate, moving musical artists are also indigos. Hunter Hayes is one of them. Not if anyone knows him. I don't know, but he's got very like heartfelt, big picture music. Like he feels everything. Yeah. So Purple Indigo, she seems very sweet. What are we knowing about her?
So, her name is Lisa Blair. She is from Australia.
Another Australian?
Yep. She, I think, has a couple other. I should have looked into the other stuff she's done, but she's like a couple like world time champions. She's like sailed around the world a couple times. Very like for Australian, very well known person. Like she's been around the space and everything. But I'm gonna turn this to me just so I can read this really quick. So she set a new world solo sailing speed record from Sydney to Auckland, Australia.
Okay.
Or Auckland, is it Australia or New Zealand? One of the two. She finished in 8 days, 3 hours, and 19 minutes.
Do we know how many miles that is? Or like a relevance of like the distance?
No, but I can look. So her time is 4 days faster than the previous.
Oh.
The previous record was set 12 days, 14 hours, and 49 minutes by another Aussie, James Protchovich, in January of 2020.
Wow. I'm guessing no motor is allowed.
In sailing stuff, no.
No.
And the other big thing about this is she was also the first woman to do this journey unassisted, because it is from Sydney to, I believe Auckland is New Zealand.
What do you mean unassisted?
Like it was just her.
Oh. Okay.
Solo.
How big is her boat?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's probably, it has to be, I mean, if you're out there for 8 days, it's gotta be.
Yeah. But
at least.
Also, this whole thing was she was championing global warming cause. Okay. So throughout her whole journey, kind of with everything that she's been doing, she's kind of witnessed like everything that global warming has done and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of been a big push for like raising awareness for like a sustainable future and really trying to push like, hey, like something's happening. We need to like open your eyes, basically. Yeah.
Aww. What's it? Lisa?
Lisa Blair.
Do we know how old she is?
Let me do a super quick Googlies here.
She seems very sweet from her colors. Her purple is very light and just like that lavender type purple, and the indigo is actually kind of it's the lighter shade of indigo. Mm-hmm. So she's able to keep kind of somewhat people-ish, out-ish.
Yeah,
which is
so
good,
she
which
is
is helpful.
She holds several world records. She has a Climate Action Now project, which she promotes like all of her global warming stuff. She wrote a book, Facing Fear, about her first attempt circumnavigating Antarctica. So she's known as the Ice Maiden is one of her nicknames, because she became the first female to solo Antarctica.
Very cool.
So so that's actually the name of her boat. Climate Action Now.
Oh my gosh! Lisa! Come on the pod.
Hi, so you guys know what I'm probably about to say about clothes. Well, Happy Earth. I mean, how many times do I have to say it? I can't stop because it's so great. All organic cotton, no polyester. They do sustainable practices in their factories. All of their factories and they're all run on solar energy, which is just the future. We're in the future, guys. So with our code, Third Eye Sailing, you now get 20% off your order. Like I've talked about before, they have activewear, which looks so cute. I want to try all of it. And everything just looks so cozy and comfy. I want to just get a basket of it all. And you choose every order. You can choose a cause. You can plant 15 trees. You can avert 150 pounds of carbon emissions, or you can choose to pick up a pound of trash with each order. I mean, the causes. So I hope you guys give it a try. We really like them. Of course, they align perfectly with what we're trying to do with this show. And get cozy. Fall is here. We are ready for the harvest time, and they have a lot of sales too. So go for it. Have fun on us. 20% off Third Eye Sailing. Thank you, Happy Earth.
See if I can do a quick skim to see. So her boat is a 2003 Hick 50-foot monohull designed by Robert Hick.
50?
Mm-hmm.
She ran that by herself?
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Wow.
How many, is it oh gosh, what's the term? Is it a mainsail and a Genoa?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Now I want to know everything.
2003 Hick 50. Looks like she started in 2017 was when she circumnavigated.
Okay.
Well, that was when she attempted nonstop, unassisted. Da, 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 da. She actually wanted to break the current speed record too.
Well,
She dismasted during her 72 days in. She had a knockdown, causing her yacht to dismast about 1,000 nautical miles from land. She built a jerry rig and diverted to Cape Town, where she spent 2 months repairing before recommencing her voyage to circumnavigate. Became the first female solo sailor to circumnavigate with one stop. The whole trip, including the stop in Cape Town, was 183 days, 7 hours, and 21 minutes.
Can I just paint a picture for the demasting for the folks at home that maybe don't know what that means?
Well, folks at home probably don't know what a knockdown is either.
Okay, well, mast, first of all, is the big pole in the middle of the sailboat that has the sail on it.
Yep.
And that falls.
Yep.
And that's made of metal.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No thanks.
And usually, depending on the type of rig it is, demasting looks like this one was actually a decent one. And wasn't actually that catastrophic, because depending on the type, how the mast is stepped. So like ours is what's considered a deck step mast.
Oh yes.
So the mast terminates at the deck. A lot of boats have a keel step mast, where the mast passes through the deck and actually steps down at the keel, like where our front seat is in our dinette. There's some boats where that like there's no compression post. There's just the mast. The mast comes down and then terminates inside the boat. When you demast a keel step boat, it can get really dicey sometimes. Mm-hmm. Because the mast sometimes will tear through the deck.
Oh my god.
Or you can have a lot more damage in a way to a keel step mast, because depending on how it breaks and everything and kind of how stuff is supported, sometimes keel stepped is better in that way though too, because the keel and the deck can sometimes make it so it won't fully dismast, where like with a deck step you could have it where the mast will fully just tear off and be like in the water.
Wow.
And one more thing with the indigo, it's so funny. She wrote a book. Indigos, they're introverts mostly. So writing, if they're doing something big, it makes sense that they're writing. I'm not speaking from experience. This is just what I've seen. Very cool. Very cool. Wow.
Yeah, let's do a quick. Where are we on time here? Where the heck?
We're lost. We're lost.
Oh, we're at 42.
Oh
no!
What are you looking for?
I'm just trying to look at her boat really quick. Hicks 50. Do.
We love the silence.
Okay, I can't find anything quickly on it, so
it's good.
We don't have anyone to do a fact checker for us. So.
Sorry. Look up Lisa Blair. If anyone wants to correct any of her information, you go right ahead there, freaks.
Facing Fear is her book.
Facing Fear. I might have to check that out. So cool. Antarctica.
It does sound pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's gotta be cold.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
Especially to do like a whole circumnavigation. That's pretty crazy.
50 foot. Dang. Maybe she didn't do it with that, but just in...
No, she did.
Oh, she did.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the whole thing by herself with the 50 foot.
Mm-hmm.
With the...
With one stop. Yep.
Nuts. Crazy.
I mean, depending on how the boat's set up, yeah, you can solo sail a 50. Up to 50.
Yes.
Especially
new gadgets.
Well, especially if everything's ran back to the cockpit and you're not having to get go up to the mast and do stuff, and especially with like the new fancy like electric winches and all the the fancy smancy stuff you can do. Yeah, you can very easily almost the boat almost runs itself. You could probably
really.
run itself in a way.
Yeah, with autopilot, for sure. I don't get how autopilot moves the sail.
It
doesn't.
But, I mean, depending on, like, if you're attacking, yeah, you may have to, move, like, a couple lines, but it's really...
I can feel the sailors judging me that sentence that I just said.
If you take the helmsman out of the situation and you have the autopilot do the tack and all you have to focus on is the sails, it's just undoing one winch and letting it flutter, and then the boat will just slowly, because you can set like the rate that it'll turn you at, so you can have it do it slow enough where you won't lose speed, but slow enough that it's not like, oh my goodness, now we're like over here, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So, which that goes into play with like wind indicators and all that stuff, because like the new autopilots, they're fancy, man. They can read all that stuff. They can see where the wind's coming from. They can see the speed. They can see the angle. They can see everything. Crazy. The only thing they can't do is the sails. But I mean, if you don't have to pay attention to your wheel when you're attacking.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I can't. The questions are spiraling. But I want to end on, I know we've mentioned it before, but the Tree Card app, I have technically in my little app, I've planted 46 trees. Are you tied with me, or are you at 45?
I think I'm 45, 46, something like that.
Every 10,000 miles,
10,000 steps.
Not
miles.
Whoa. Yeah, steps. 10,000 steps, you get a tree. You get to plant a tree in your valley, but technically, in the real life, I've planted, last time I checked, they actually plant the trees, so I've planted 8 trees. Tree Card. Sponsor us. I mean, what a cool... It is free.
You don't have to pay anything.
And you get little perks and rewards when you get points. Like, it's so cute. I love my little valley. And, like, birds flock to the valley when I plant the tree. It's so cool. This is the only kind of, like, Sims game I can play. Because I can't see anything else. I need more of this. I need like an ocean one. Oh my god. Somebody make... Dude.
For every mile you sail?
No. Somebody needs to make an app where you're like picking up plastic in the ocean.
That'd be cool.
And make it easy and accessible so blind bitches can play it like me. And I want whales to jump out of the water.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so cool.
I wonder if what is that? The ocean is that the Clean Ocean Project? You've seen all about that, right?
No.
The whole plastic cleaning up project that this like kid invented.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's like expanded. It's huge now. They do like it's set up in like a ton of like,
it was
like
last
rivers.
Year, right? He was on the news. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like 5-6 years ago, I think. Like he like designed the whole concept thing, and now it's been pretty much like in production. I think they're looking to expand again. A lot of the ships are all like self-automated.
Wow.
It's just like a big conveyor belt, basically with these buoys and this special net that is big enough to allow like fish and stuff to pass through, but not, or they can go under it. It doesn't go deep enough that the fish can't go under it. So the fish will swim under it, and it'll catch all the plastic, and then funnel it into like a giant conveyor belt that then all the plastic goes up and then into these big like dumpsters, basically.
Wow.
And then I'm guessing they get some sort of notification like, hey, dumpster 1 in 3 are full, and then they just run, which again, it's not, the most carbon friendly because, you're having to run, big diesel barges out to these things, but then you have crew that'll then basically empty the barge and then put new dumpsters on, and then it goes on along its way.
That's our green tech for the week.
Yeah.
That is
It's
5 years old, but that's okay.
like thousands, maybe even close to 1,000,000 pounds of like plastic and trash that they have gotten out of like oceans and rivers. And I'm not sure on numbers, but like I've seen it from time to time, like on TikTok and stuff, like their new thing or their new design of their ships or their new whatever. And it's slowly like making an impact, and they're really trying to push like not, using single-use water bottles, and like a lot of these companies that push like the canned water, right? Because at least the thing about aluminum is it can be infinitely recycled.
Yeah, and I just saw a fucking video about how plastic water bottles, there is so many freaking microplastics in the water from, that's disgusting. Disgusting. We need to stop.
Yeah. It makes me like not want to get those like collapsible water jugs. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We got some stuff to figure out. All right, we're stopping.
But we can keep going on and on and on and on and on about this. Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Happy Earth Day. Download the Tree Card app and subscribe, like our show, and share it with your friends who also care about whales and Earth.
Yes.
And psychic stuff.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.